Alright, good morning. Celebrating my days of freedom with some flight simulator. I had to enjoy my time before it runs out and the new semester starts. Because I promise you, when the new semester starts, I will not be able to do any of this for a while. So, I'm getting the ability to enjoy this time before I start that. Alright, today's flight, we're going to do something that I haven't done in a little while, which is flying Alaska Airlines. They do fly an Airbus. They fly an A320. That's the only Airbus that they have in their fleet. And we're going to fly from Seattle down to, or up to, JNU, which is, I believe that's the capital of Alaska, if I am correct. Yeah, it's in JNU, Alaska. I always lived my life thinking that Anchorage was the capital of Alaska, but no, it's actually JNU. And they have a very small airport. You think the capital would have like a big airport, but no, it's a smaller airport. But anyways, yeah, we're flying down or up to JNU. It's a pretty cool airport. It's deep into the mountains, and a lot of terrain nearby, and has a beautiful approach over the water. Right now it's kind of raining over there and kind of overcast, so let's see if we can try to get some good views. And same here with Seattle. It is overcast and kind of rainy, kind of how it is always in the Pacific Northwest. But nonetheless, this should be a fun flight. People departing already. Oh, look at that. At Alaska, or is it that? Yeah, Alaska just departed. Oh, look at the lights in the fog. That's amazing. Anywho, let's dive right into it. First things, let's go ahead and get our lavatory services taken care of. And I believe it is a little cold over here, so we might have to consider 6 degrees. We might have to consider de-icing the aircraft. Alright, let's go into the airplane. It is dark outside, so I'm anticipating a nice sunrise departure. So that should be fun. Today our first officer is Mr. Ian. And let's go ahead and look over this flight plan. I should have a hotkey to switch this over. Alright. Let's close out all the other tabs. We are Alaska Airlines Flight 61, service from Seattle to JNU. We have our dispatch release, and our dispatcher's Wesley Alvarado. Estimated time en route should be around 2 hours and 10 minutes. We're depart here at 1620 Zulu.
Confirm aircraft is ready for treatment. We begin treatment now and observe fluid type 1. Concentration at 50%. We'll call you back when ready.
Okay. And we'll arrive around 1900 Zulu, 10 a.m. Alaska Standard Time. I believe is an hour. Is it an hour? I don't know. I think it might be the same time. Our alternate is going to be Yakutat, Paya. And let's go ahead and continue down here. This is all the same information. Our target landing window is 1848, 1858. The airport's not very big and there's not much traffic flowing into it, so I'm not too worried about getting there exactly on time. We'll be doing the Bangor 9 departure, Pangle transition, then direct to Kevna. And then from here it says it wants us to do a step climb to 380. And then direct to LVD, then direct to Hoods, then direct to Radke, then direct to JNU. So we're not doing a star. We're just going to transition directly into the approach. We'll initially climb at flight level 360. Winds are again from the west, and temperature is a standard deviation of +6. Taking 116 passengers, 3,828 in the cargo. Residual fuel weight's 121, 195, and our block is 22, 143. And min fuel for takeoff is 19,896. Our takeoff weight's going to be 142.8, and our landing should be around 131.5. Alright, here's our trip fuel, our alternate fuel, and then our 45 minutes reserves, and contingency fuel 20 minutes, and then extra 20 minutes, I guess.
Concentration at 50%. I'm disconnecting. Good day.
Alright. Planned landing fuel at destination should be around 10,273, which is good. And our min fuel over there is 6,787. Alright. Nothing crazy on the company NOTAMs, always same thing, be aware of the units. And taking a look at Seattle, no NOTAMs I should be aware of. ILS 16 glide path unserviceable, okay. Some changes to the ILS due to some cranes. Same for the ILS 34 right. Alright, looking good. So we got field conditions are wet. Braking action is still good though. That's from the 27th of December to the 28th of December. So yeah. Okay. Wet conditions, as we can obviously see, it's raining outside. Runway 08W, 26W, water lane closed. Oh, this is for, oh, this is, okay, so this is over at, wait a second. This is over at JNU. Okay, so JNU, the runways are wet, and then this is for the sea port that's right next to it. Cool. So yeah, wet conditions, and let's see if there's anything for the approaches. Localizer DME is unserviceable. Okay. And that's all for the other alternate. Airspaces was fine. Let's take a look at our nothing on the discrepancy reports and maintenance items. We'll be arriving around, let's see, 1900 Zulu. So let's take a look at the from line. So that's 1500 and that's 2000. So we'll take a look at this line. We can expect some light rain over there, but it's still good visibility, 6 miles. That's good. And then our alternate, 6 miles. This should be a legal alternate. Over here in Seattle, winds are 010 at 3, 7 miles, light rain, overcast 4,800, 2955 on the altimeter. Very low pressure today. And looking good. Again, our first officers, Santiago Yang, Glenda Swanson, Josephine Welch, and Lamar Peck. And let's take a look at weather. Just some moderate turbulence from 25,000 to 39,000 feet as we leave the Seattle area and get over to Vancouver. Winds again are from the west, as we saw. This is at flight level 300. So we should have a crosswind the majority of the flight. We're climbing up to 360, so yeah, crosswind the entire flight. Um, Once we leave Seattle, we might expect a little bit of updrafts around 5,000 feet. It's just settled down. This is probably because of Mount Rainier nearby, all the mountain waves. We'll climb up to our top of the climb, and it's pretty smooth. Um, and then once we get down to our top of the descent, we might expect a little bit of turbulence starting around 30,000 feet. There's some updrafts from those mountain waves again, and we'll get should be a smooth landing over Juneau because I'm an expert pilot and I make all my landings smooth. All right, I'll be right back. Let me fill up my water and I'll be back. Excellent. So, current time on deck is 15:47. So yeah, we should go ahead and let's start setting up. Let's start setting up.
Roger.
There is a bunch of stuff going on. So we got freezing level from the surface to 8,000. Turbulence 18,000, 41,000, and mountain obscurations and IFR conditions. So we're going to do an anti-ice takeoff today. It's because there is visible moisture, and we are below 10 degrees. So we're going to need an anti-ice departure today. Over in Juneau, it's not too bad. There's some precipitation over there. So again, we might need to have the anti-ice on for that too. Icing, that's what I want to look at. So let's see here. So yeah, definitely around 5,000 is when we might start seeing a lot of icing when we climb up. Literally the entire route of flight. And then once around you get to 18, 17,000, it starts to kind of like go away. And then our cruise altitude should be just fine. So we definitely might need some icing, anti-icing. That is known icing conditions right there. So we will have our anti-ice on for our departure. And then at our arrival, we might expect our icing to be there as well. Starting around 16,000 feet, we can start to expect to see icing as well. So we'll have to turn that on for our landing too. Starting at flight level, turbulence should start around, looks like Pretty much at 10,000 feet, we might expect some of that turbulence, especially on the arrival to JNU. We might expect to see it too. And our flight level 360 should be smooth for our route of flight. However, we might expect that turbulence on the way up. Great. So, there's no ILS, and I believe the LDA is unserviceable. So let me see here, actually. We might just... coming at Radke. Is there anything at Radke? Yeah, so the LDA is out of service, so let's not plan on doing that. We're going to plan on doing the RNAV. Let's come in at RNAV 8. Sticks us in at Sister Island. And let me see, is this a RMP approach? What is this? I think it is. We're going to have to do the RNAV Victor. RNAV Victor. There we go. Well, nav minimums is down to 1800, 1880. Okay, cool. That's set to nav. Go ahead and put that in captain mode. Wipers are working just fine. That's good. This is good. Go ahead and turn that on. Pack speed. Not getting anything. Battery should be charging. Looks good. And did we get our fuel done yet? No, not yet. And then we tested those out already. This is on data. Everything looks good up here. Remote control panel is good. Come down here. Now database is current. Go ahead and request them. Radar is off. That's set. It's good. Cut off. Norm. Idle set. And rudder trim's good. Parking brake's on. Alright. Everything looks excellent. It's a little laggy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I have the city in this view. The downtown Seattle is probably being rendered, so that's probably why. Okay. $20.55 on the altimeter. That looks good. And we are Alaska 61. Cost index, I did not get my cost index. 16. And we're climbing up to 360. Outside temperature is 6. Wind, request that. and we can expect to depart from 16 left. And we're doing the Bangor 9. And we're going to transition using the Pangle transition. Insert that. We'll brief up this approach plate, or departure plate. Alright, so we got Bangor 9, RNAV departure, Seattle. Obstacle notes, 16 left, some trees beginning at 2,900, okay. And then requires takeoff minimums. 16 left is standard with a minimum climb of 500 feet per nautical mile to 3,000 and climb 220 to 10,000, which is what we can comply with that. 16 left, climb on heading 164 at or above 923 or 932, my bad. Then direct to KVOB, then direct 166 to cross Renby at or above 3,000, and then depict the route to Bangor, cross Bangor at or above 10,000. So pretty much we take off 16 left, we'll go direct to KVOB, climb the above 932, and then Renby we have to be at or above 3,000. Perfect, it's ready. Depict there on the flight plan. And then from there we go depicted route, Richer, then Tomry, then Bangor at of 9,000. Then we'll turn left to Pangle, and then from there we continue on our flight plan. Kevna, LVD, Radke. And then from there we're going to transition to doing the RNAV Victor. RNAV Victor 08. And we're going to come in at Sister Island, right?
Hi, the security and safety check are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Fuel is done. Yep. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, from there we go to Nimley, Ogem, Minay, and Molleray. Good. So we're required to have a visibility. Hold up. This is actually okay. So this is not authorized for us. Whoa, that's. I guess. Oh man. We're gonna have to do a visual approach.
May I see your boarding pass?
We're gonna use this as guidance, but we're not gonna actually fly this approach. We're gonna have to do it visually. So let's make sure we're gonna have VFR conditions, because I mean I'm gonna fly it anyways, just because this is a simulation. But since we're category D, these approaches are not authorized for category D aircraft. So we're gonna follow the navigation for it. However, we're gonna ensure we're visual with the airport. Right now, again, we're getting there around 2100 Zulu,
This way.
or 1900 Zulu, my bad, and it's gonna It says VFR conditions at that point. So might be some light rain. However, we should be able to visually see the airport.
Good morning. This way.
And we can't do the LDA either, which I don't understand how they go in there. If maybe they fly it as Category C. We could be a Category C, but the LDA is not available. So we can't do.
Hello.
We can't do the LDA because it's not available for us. It's out of service. So we could be a Category C aircraft. We just have to fly below 140 on our
May I
approach.
see your boarding pass?
Anyways, let's go ahead and continue. There's not much we can do.
Good morning.
Okay, we got wet surface. Go ahead and do that. 142.8 sounds perfect. Do that. We'll do a flex takeoff. Anti-ice will be on, and we'll do a PAX off.
Hello.
It wants us to flex to flaps 3. What about flaps 2?
Hello.
Yeah, flaps 2. Give me flaps 2. We'll do flex temp 60 or 58. Send that to the McDo.
Good morning.
All right.
Welcome on board.
Our performance all set up, nice and ready, and our fuel prediction will get that once we get our weight and balance. I'm gonna come back to Seattle in case of anything happens,
Hello.
and we'll just load up the ILS.
Hello.
And the minimum safe altitude
This way, please.
is 3,400.
Welcome on board. Hello. Good morning. This way. Welcome on board. Hello. May I see your boarding pass? Good morning.
Excellent. So secondary flight plan is all set up, and cockpit preparation checklist. Looks like the sun's starting to rise.
Gear pins and covers.
Removed,
Fuel quantity.
and 22,140 pounds.
Seat belts.
On,
ADIRS.
nav,
Barrow ref.
2955 set.
Pass, please.
2955. Set. Cockpit preparation checklist completed.
Boarding pass, please.
Okay. Are you ready for the departure briefing?
Hello.
Actually, let's go ahead and get our clearance first.
Go ahead.
Hello. Hello.
Oh man, how I'm going to miss the times when I'm not gonna be able to play Flight Sim every single day. Well, I'll enjoy it while I have it. Let's go ahead and tune in to the ATIS 118.0.
Altimeter 2958. Landing runways 16 left, 16 right. Departing runways 16 center, 16 left. Advise on initial contact, you have information Delta. Seattle Tacoma Airport information Delta. 1600 Zulu. Wind 065 at 3. Visibility 9er. Light rain. Ceiling 5000 overcast. Temperature 07. Dew point 04. Altimeter 2958. Landing runways 16 left, 16 right. Departing runways 16 center, 16 left. Advise on initial contact, you have information Delta.
Okay. And we'll go ahead and get 128.0 set up on here.
Good morning.
SkyWest 3468, read back correct. Contact ground 121.7 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Ground 121.7 when ready. SkyWest 3468.
Alaska 1054, request IFR clearance to Fresno Yosemite.
Alaska 1054, Seattle clearance cleared to Fresno Yosemite Airport. SUMA to departure, SUMA transition, then as filed. Maintain 4,000 feet, departure frequency 123.9er, squawk 0562.
Cleared to Fresno Yosemite Airport. SUMA to departure, SUMA transition, then as filed. Maintain 4,000 feet. Departure frequency 123.9er, squawk 0562. Alaska 1054.
Hi guys, here's the load sheet for you.
Alaska 1054,
Okay, thanks.
read back correct. Contact ground
Okay, thank you.
121.7 when ready
No
for push or
problem. Have
start.
a safe flight. Good morning.
Ground 121.7 when ready, Alaska 1054.
Seattle clearance, Alaska 61, information Delta, request IFR clearance.
Alaska 61, Seattle clearance. Thanks for information Delta. Cleared to Juneau. Bangor 9er departure, Pangle transition, then as filed. Climb via SID except maintain 3,000 feet. Departure frequency 123.9er, squawk 0224.
Cleared to Juneau.
Oh, they're
Bangor
done.
9er departure, Pangle transition, then as filed. Climb via SID except maintain 3,000 feet. Departure frequency 123.9er, squawk 0224, Alaska 61.
Alaska 61, read back correct. Contact ground 121.7 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Ground 121.7 when ready for pushback or engine start, Alaska 61. Have a good one.
Looks like they're done boarding passengers.
SkyWest 3468, runway 16 left, taxi via Whiskey 6.
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, we'd like to welcome you on board today's flight, Alaska Airlines Flight 61, service to Juneau. We're getting everything ready up here in the flight deck, running through some paperwork and going through our final checks. We appreciate your patience, and we're looking like an on-time departure today. We ask that you help the cabin prepare for departure by finding your seats and fastening your seatbelts. The flight attendants will make their way around the cabin and verify the security of the aircraft, and they will present their safety announcements, and we ask that you give them your undivided attention while they do so.
Delta 4D Zulu Heavy, Seattle ground, pushback approved.
Weather today in Seattle is a little rainy. Winds are coming out from the east. We might expect a little bit of turbulence on our way up to our cruise altitude. However, we'll keep those seatbelt signs on, and we ask that you please remain with your seatbelts fastened even when the seatbelt sign is off, as we might expect unexpected turbulence on our way over to Juneau. We're climbing up to around 36,000 feet, and we'll be en route time about 2 hours and 10 minutes, and we'll look at getting you on the ground over at Juneau around 10 o'clock. Again, on behalf of Alaska Airlines, we welcome you on board. Flight attendants prepare the cabin for departure, and stand by for all call, and I'll cross check and arm doors, please.
Hold position, SkyWest 3468.
All right. For our departure brief, Ian,
SkyWest 3468.
we're gonna expect runway 16 left.
Continue taxi.
We're gonna go down
SkyWest
Bravo,
3468.
and then pretty much either Delta or Charlie, whatever they give us. We got plenty of runway. We got 11,901 feet of runway available to us. Conditions are currently wet, and lighting is the sun is starting to come up now, but it is a little foggy out. We do meet the minimum takeoff requirement, and we meet the climb gradient. Our performance will do V1 142, VER 151, V2 153. We'll do flaps 2, and our flex temperature today is going to be 58 degrees. This will be a left-hand seat takeoff. For any failure prior to V1, we'll abort the takeoff, pull power to idle, and apply the reject the takeoff procedure.
Delta 4 D Zulu Heavy.
For any failure after V1, we'll take up the issue in the air. We do have Seattle set up in our secondary flight plan, ready to go in case we need to come back here. Again, the winds are coming out 06 at, what was it?
Runway
06 at 3, so winds are pretty calm at the moment, and there's some light rain, and our altimeter 2958 set. Oh goodness. Okay, thank you. And let's see, what else do we have? Yes, I mean, the only really the threats for today's flight is the terrain and the weather. Right now, conditions are just kind of steady precipitation, so it's nothing too concerning. And yeah, we'll be doing the Bangor 9 departure. We'll fly runway heading, climb up at or above 932, then continue to Cavob, and then climb up to 3000, and then follow the depicted route over to Bangor, and then go at or above 10,000 there, and then go as filed. 0224 is set up on the transponder, and we're all set to go. Let me see if he has anything I had to put in. Oh yes, we'll be doing a PAX off takeoff, and anti-ice will be on for today's flight. Let me turn on the APU. Any questions?
No questions.
Great. Alright. Let's get the APU started, and then we'll push back.
Gate Alpha 6 taxi via Papa. Hold short runway 16 center, SkyWest 3311.
Alright. Before start checklist.
Parking brake.
Set and checked.
Due to icing
Takeoff
conditions,
speed
please
and
stand by
thrust.
for engine start until push is completed
Set
and
and
brakes
checked.
are set.
Oh, what's going on with the jetway?
V1 1 4 2 VR 1 5 1 V2 1 5 3 windows
Closed.
beacon
On.
3311.
Before start
Runway
checklist
16
completed.
center at Papa. Continue taxi via Papa. Hold short runway 16 left. Cross runway 16 center at Papa. Continue taxi via Papa. Hold short runway 16 left. SkyWest 3311.
Let's call up for taxi. Seattle Ground, Alaska 61, ready for push and start.
Alaska 61, Seattle ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face west.
Pushback approved. Face west, Alaska 61.
Delta 2280, Gate Alpha 1 taxi via Kilo 6 Alpha Whiskey 88. Gate Alpha 1 taxi via Kilo 6 Alpha Whiskey 88, Delta 2280.
Locking gear.
Delta 4D Zulu Heavy, contact Seattle Tower 119.9er.
Over to Tower 119.9er, Delta 4D Zulu Heavy. Take care.
Delta 2475, Gate Bravo 8, taxi via Kilo 6 Alpha Whiskey 88.
Gate Bravo 8, taxi via Kilo 6 Alpha Whiskey 88, Delta 2475.
SkyWest 3311, cross runway 16 left at Papa. Continue taxi via Papa
Hey guys,
88.
all packs are on board. Are we
Cross
cleared to
runway
close?
16
Yes.
left at Papa. Continue taxi via Papa
Thanks.
88,
Let me know if you need
SkyWest
anything.
3311.
Alaska 405, Gate 3, request pushback and engine start.
Alaska 405, Seattle ground, pushback approved, face northwest.
Pushback and engine start approved, face northwest, Alaska 405.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set.
Right. Oh, look at that Alaska landing over there with the rain. That is beautiful. Nice sunrise departure. It's kind of gray and dark outside. Gloomy, very gloomy. That Delta's going fast, dude. He ain't wasting time. Okay, we're waiting to start the engines due to icing conditions, so. Oh, look at the A330 taking off. Whoa, that is beautiful. It's definitely going fast. That is sweet.
Alaska 1043, ramp Quebec 1 tree taxi via Papa. Hold short runway 16 center.
Trying to see if I can see it rotate, but that building's cool. Alright, brake is set.
Unlocking gear.
Alright, parking brake is set, so let's go ahead and start the engine. Starting engine 2.
Okay.
Alaska 405, runway 16 left taxi via 55655
Oh, no.
Bravo 4 Bravo 2 Bravo
Hold up,
Charlie.
my controls aren't working.
Runway 16 left taxi via 55655 Bravo 4 Bravo 2 Bravo Charlie, Alaska 405.
So what happens when I change my configuration? Oh boy. Hopefully this doesn't destroy the computer.
Alaska 1043, cross runway 16 center at Papa. Continue taxi via Papa. Hold short runway 16 left.
Cross runway 16 center at Papa. Continue taxi via Papa. Hold short runway 16 left, Alaska 1043.
There we go. Now we're good.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Alaska 1043, cross runway 16 left at
Left is
Papa.
clear,
Continue
right
taxi
is
via
clear.
Papa. 13121110, November Whiskey.
These
Cross
taxi
runway 16
instructions
left
are
at
wild.
Papa. Continue taxi via Papa. 13121110, November Whiskey, Alaska 1043.
Delta 2228, ramp Quebec 10 taxi via Papa. Hold short runway 16 center.
Ramp Quebec 10 taxi via Papa. Hold short runway 16 center, Delta 2228.
Alaska 1400, Gate 14, request pushback and engine start.
Alaska 1400, Seattle ground, pushback approved, face south.
Looks like that
Pushback and engine start approved.
Alaska
Face
is
south,
going to
Alaska
push behind
1400.
in front of us, actually. Or it might be that one over there with the beacon on.
Delta 2228, cross runway 16 center at Papa. Continue taxi via Papa. Hold short runway 16
Sorry,
left.
engine 1.
Okay.
Cross runway 16 center at Papa. Continue taxi via Papa. Hold short runway 16 left, Delta 2228. Alaska 1104 at gate 4, request pushback and engine start.
Alaska 1104, Seattle ground, pushback and engine start approved, face north.
Pushback approved, face north, Alaska 1104.
Alaska 405, contact Seattle Tower 119.9er.
Over to Tower 119.9er, Alaska 405.
Delta 2228, cross runway 16 left at Papa. Continue taxi via Papa 13121110 November Whiskey.
Cross runway
Right,
16
two
left
good
at
engine
Papa.
starts.
Continue taxi via Papa 13121110 November Whiskey, Delta 2228.
Alaska 606, gate 3, request pushback.
After start checklist.
Alaska 606, Seattle ground, hold position for company traffic. I'll call
Anti-ice.
you back.
On.
Hold position for
ECAM
traffic,
status.
Alaska 606.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
Set and checked.
Rudder trim.
Neutral.
After start checklist completed.
Alright. Flight control check.
Ready.
Alaska 1400, request
Ready.
taxi to the active.
Full up.
Alaska 1400, runway
Full
16
down.
left taxi via Alpha 55655
Neutral.
Bravo 4 Bravo 2 Bravo Charlie.
Full left.
Runway 16 left taxi via Alpha.
Full right.
55655 Bravo 4 Bravo 2 Bravo.
Neutral.
Charlie, Alaska 1400.
Full left. Full right.
Alaska 1104, ready to
Neutral.
taxi to the active.
Alaska 1104,
Clear left
runway
side.
16 left taxi
Clear
via
right side.
655 Bravo 4 Bravo 2 Bravo Charlie.
Runway 16
Brake
left
check.
taxi via 66655 Bravo 4 Bravo
Pressure
2
0.
Bravo Charlie, Alaska 1104.
Alright. Taxi checklist.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Checked. Flap setting.
Config 2.
Config 2. Radar
Alaska
and predictive
606,
wind shear
Seattle
system.
ground, pushback and engine
On
start
and auto.
approved, face north.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Pushback and engine start
ECAM
approved.
memo.
Face north, Alaska 606.
Wait for the cabin to let me know that they're ready. Take off no blue.
Taxi checklist completed.
Alright. Guess.
The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Excellent, thanks. Seattle ground, Alaska 61, ready to taxi.
Alaska 61, runway 16 left taxi via 66655 Bravo 4 Bravo 2 Bravo Charlie.
Runway 16 left taxi via 66655 Bravo 4 Bravo 2 Bravo Charlie, Alaska 61.
Yeah, that needs to be reviewed, those taxi instructions. That's crazy. It's pretty much just straight ahead and turn right.
Alaska 1400, contact Seattle Tower
Let's go.
119.9er.
Over to Tower 119.9er, Alaska 1400.
Alaska Tree 33, gate November 1, tree taxi via Kilo 6 Alpha Whiskey.
Gate November 1, tree taxi via Kilo, 6 Alpha Whiskey, Alaska Tree 33.
Alaska 606, ready to taxi to the active.
Alaska 61, hold position for traffic.
Hold position, Alaska 61.
Alaska 606, runway 16 left taxi via 66655 Bravo 4 Bravo 2 Bravo Charlie.
Runway 16 left taxi via 66655 Bravo 4 Bravo 2 Bravo Charlie, Alaska 606.
Alaska 1104, hold position for company traffic. I'll call you back.
Hold position, Alaska 1104.
Okay, well, great. He needs to come into here, so let's go ahead and continue taxing.
Alaska Alaska 575, gate November 12, taxi via Kilo 6 Alpha Whiskey 66.
Gate November 12, taxi via Kilo 6 Alpha Whiskey 66, Alaska 575.
Alaska 61, continue taxi.
Yep.
Continue taxi, Alaska 61.
Min fuel check. We're at 2188. And we need to be at 1989, so we're good.
SkyWest 4850, gate 17, request pushback and engine start.
Looks like we're first for departure.
SkyWest 4850, Seattle ground, pushback approved, face east.
Flight attendant cease for takeoff,
Pushback and
please.
engine start approved, face east, SkyWest 4850.
Alaska 1104, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Alaska 1104.
Alaska 1217, gate November tree taxi via Papa. Hold short runway 16 center.
Gate November tree taxi via Papa. Hold short runway 16 center, Alaska 1217.
Alaska 606, hold position for company traffic.
Hold position for traffic, Alaska 606.
Alaska 606, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Alaska 606.
Alaska 1217, cross runway 16 center at Papa. Continue taxi via Papa. Hold short runway 16 left.
Cross runway 16 center at Papa. Continue taxi via Papa. Hold short runway 16 left. Alaska 1217.
Alright. Lineup checklist.
Takeoff runway.
Runway 16 left confirmed.
Runway 16
SkyWest
left
4850,
confirmed.
taxi to the active.
TCAS.
Alaska 61, contact Seattle Tower 119.9er, have a good one.
Contact Tower
Takeoff runway
119.9er,
confirmed.
Alaska 61.
Approach path clear of traffic.
TARA.
Packs 1 and 2.
Off.
Lineup checklist completed.
Ready? You ready? Ready. Oh.
Ready, ready, ready.
Okay. Seattle Tower, Alaska 61, ready for departure.
Alaska 61, Seattle Tower, wind 065 at 3, fly heading 170, runway 16 left, cleared for takeoff.
Fly heading 170, runway 16 left, cleared for takeoff, Alaska 61.
Set heading 170.
Seattle Tower, Alaska tree 53, visual runway 16 left.
Alaska
Clear left
353, Seattle Tower, wind 065 at 3, runway 16 left, cleared to land.
Runway 16 left, cleared to land, Alaska tree 53.
Clear left side.
Approaching.
Clear
1,
right side.
6 left.
Alaska 1104, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back.
Hold position for traffic, Alaska 1104.
Clear right side.
Alaska 1104, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Alaska 1104.
6.
Take off.
Alaska 1104, hold
Take
position
off.
for traffic. I'll call you back.
Check.
Hold position for traffic, Alaska
50%.
1104.
Check.
Engine stable. Man flex SRS runway, auto throttle
Alaska
blue.
1104, continue taxi.
Continue taxi,
Man
Alaska
flex
1104.
SRS runway, auto throttle blue.
Alaska 1104, ready to
Mantoga
go.
SRS runway, auto throttle blue. Say it.
Checked.
Thank you.
Thrust set.
Alaska
100 knots.
1104,
All
runway
right.
16 left, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 16 left, Alaska 1104.
V1. Rotate. Positive climb.
Tailwind. There's a tailwind. Gear up. Oh, starting to lag. Gear up.
Gear up.
Thank you. What's with the lag, dude?
Alaska
Gear up.
606, holding short, runway 16 left. Alaska 1104, Seattle Tower, wind 065 at 3, fly runway heading runway 16 left, cleared for takeoff.
Fly runway heading, runway 16 left, cleared for takeoff, Alaska 1104.
1,000 to go.
Check. Thrust climb.
Alaska 606, runway 16 left, line up and wait.
Packs are
Line up
on.
and wait, runway 16 left, Alaska 606. Alaska 61, contact Seattle departure.
Contact Seattle departure, Alaska 61. Take care. Seattle departure, Alaska
Flaps
61. Good day,
Speed
2,900
checked.
feet.
Flaps 1.
Alaska 61, Seattle departure. Good day, radar contact. Cleared direct Renby. Resume the Bangor 9er. Climb and maintain flight level 180.
Cleared direct Renby, resume
Flaps
the
0.
Bangor 9er. Climb
Speed
and maintain
checked.
flight level
Flaps
180,
0.
Alaska 61.
We're not over speed. I need to turn this down.
Seattle departure, Alaska 1104. Good day, 1600.
Alaska 1104, Seattle departure. Good day, radar contact. Cleared direct Renby. Resume the Harib 6. Climb and maintain flight level 180.
Cleared direct Renby, resume the Harib 6. Climb and maintain flight level 180, Alaska 1104.
Oh, it's beautiful outside. Look at that. It's pretty.
Seattle departure, Alaska 606, 1800.
Alaska 606, Seattle departure. Good day, radar contact. Climb, maintain 17,000.
1,000 to go.
Climb maintain
Check.
17,000, Alaska 606.
Seattle departure, Alaska 61, request altitude change.
Alaska 61, roger. Say new altitude.
Request flight level 360, Alaska 61.
Alaska 61, flight level tree 60 is already your assigned cruise level.
Okay, can we climb to it, please?
Seattle departure, SkyWest 4850, 1400.
SkyWest 4850, Seattle departure, radar contact, climb, maintain flight level 180.
Climb, maintain flight level 180, SkyWest 4850.
Oh, we're supposed to climb 180, my bad. Alright, passing 10,000 feet. We're good with that. We'll leave the seatbelts or the anti-ice on. We're cloud surfing now.
Seattle departure, Alaska 304, 1900.
Alaska 304, Seattle departure. Good day, radar contact, climb, maintain 17,000 feet.
Climb, maintain 17,000 feet, Alaska 304.
I don't think you can see the city from here. Let's go into the sea view over here. We want to go, let's do right aft.
Alaska 61, contact Seattle
see the
Center
city down there.
128.5.
Contact Seattle Center 128.5, Alaska 61. Seattle Center, Alaska 61, climbing 15,400 feet for flight level 180.
Alaska 61, Seattle Center, climb, maintain flight level 360.
Climb, maintain flight level 360, Alaska 61.
Alright, let's look at the weather at JNU. Remember, we had to fly this visually, so if we can't fly it visually, then we legally cannot land over there. And right now it's 10 statute miles. TAF is still looking good. So passing 18,000. Go ahead and turn on
Standard cross-checked. Passing flight level
Seattle Center, Alaska
189.
14,200 for 17,000 feet.
Now.
Direct Summit.
We're less than 10 degrees and saturated air temperature is
Alaska
less
606, Seattle Center, climb,
higher than
maintain
negative
flight level
40, so
350.
where it's
Climb, maintain flight level 350.
just keep this
Alaska
anti-ice on for
606.
now. You can see some of the mountains over there. And down there too. See what it looks like from the back. Love seeing the wings bouncing.
Alaska 61, contact Seattle Center 126.6.
Contact Seattle Center 126.6, Alaska 61. Have a good day. Seattle Center, Alaska 61, leaving flight level 228 for flight level 360.
Alaska 61, Seattle Center, roger.
Dang.
Alaska 61, contact Seattle Center 125.1. See you.
Contact Seattle Center 125.1, Alaska 61. Seattle Center, Alaska 61, good day through flight level 238 for flight level 360 direct Pangle.
There's that turbulence.
Alaska 61, Seattle Center, copy.
Not too bad. Light turbulence.
Empire Air 8657, good day, 6000. Seattle Center, Empire Air 8657, 6,000 feet. Seattle Center, Empire Air 8657, 6,000. Seattle Center, Empire Air 8657, 6,000 feet.
What the heck?
Seattle Center, Empire Air 8657, good day, 6,000. Seattle Center, Empire Air 8657, 6,000. Seattle Center, Empire Air 8657, 6,000.
Seattle Center, WestJet 1754, good day, flight level 273.
Turn these guys off.
WestJet 1754, Seattle Center, good day, radar contact. Continue climb to flight level 370.
Continue climb to flight level 370, WestJet 1754.
WestJet 1754, contact Seattle Center 128.5.
Contact Seattle Center 128.5, WestJet 1754. Have a good day. Seattle Center, Air Canada 551. Good day, descending via Grid 7, flight level 183.
Air Canada 551, Seattle Center, copy.
Seattle Center, Air Canada 1054, good day, flight level 237.
Air Canada 1054, Seattle Center, radar contact, continue climb to flight level 330.
Continue climb to flight level 330, Air Canada 1054.
Alaska 61, contact Vancouver Center 125.905. Have a good day.
Contact Vancouver Center 125.905, Alaska 61. Vancouver Center, Alaska 61 through flight level 343 for flight level 360, direct Kevna.
Encore 3318, Resumo navigation.
Roger, Resumo navigation, Encore 3318.
Alaska 61, Vancouver Center, identified.
Vancouver Center, Alaska 188, descending via Mariner 8, flight level 318.
Alaska 188, Vancouver Center, radar contact. contact Seattle Center 125.1.
Contact Seattle Center 125.1, Giant 8260 Heavy.
Jazz 7742, contact Vancouver Center 135.0, bye-bye.
Contact Vancouver Center 135.0, Jazz 7742, bye-bye.
Vancouver Center, Air Canada 292, flight level 256.
Air Canada 292, Vancouver Center, good day, radar contact. Continue climb to flight level 330.
Continue climb to flight level 330, Air Canada 292.
Vancouver Center, Jazz 147, good day, 2,900 feet.
Jazz 147, Vancouver Center identified. Continue climb to flight level 250.
Continue climb to flight level 250, Jazz 147.
Jazz 147, Vancouver Center, expect to pass 8, runway 09er.
Expect to pass 8, runway 09er, Jazz 147.
Air Canada 292, contact Vancouver Center 135.0.
Contact Vancouver Center 135.0, Air Canada 292.
Jazz 147, resumo navigation.
Roger, resumo navigation, Jazz 147.
Jazz 147, a pass 8, runway 09er, report ready for descent.
A pass 8, runway 09er, ready for descent, Jazz 147.
Jazz 147, descend to 4,000 feet, altimeter 29er57.
Descend to 4,000 feet, Jazz 147.
Jazz 147, contact Victoria, approach 127.8.
Contact Victoria, approach 127.8, Jazz 147.
New Delhi? No. That'd be funny if it was New Delhi. No. Oh, we're going to JNU, Alaska.
Alaska 6-1, contact Vancouver Center 132.9er.
Contact Vancouver Center 132.9er, Alaska 6-1.
Thank you for tuning in.
Vancouver Center, Alaska 6-1, flight level 360.
Alaska 6-1, Vancouver Center identified.
Air Canada 517, contact Seattle Center 125.1.
Contact Seattle Center 125.1. Air Canada 517, have a good day.
Okay. We're approaching Kevna here in the next 48 miles. Our ETP, so we're halfway through our point. Looking pretty good. 360. Good clouds over there. Sit back and relax, and we'll start our top of the set here. Let's take a look at our flight plan. Let's go ahead and I'm going to get rid of this point. Insert that. Now it should give us a pretty good top of the set. So about how it is to go. But looks like our top of the set will look like around 1812. Right now it's 1710. So about in an hour we should start descending.
Alaska 61, contact Vancouver Center 132.2.
Contact Vancouver Center 132.2, Alaska 61. Vancouver Center, Alaska 61, good day, flight level 359er.
Alaska 61, Vancouver Center, radar contact. Vancouver Center, Alaska 82, flight level 350. Alaska 82, Vancouver Center, identified.
Vancouver Center, Delta 853, flight level tree 10.
Delta 853, Vancouver Center identified. Giant 8228 Heavy, contact Vancouver Center 132.9er, bye-bye. Contact Vancouver Center 132.9er, Giant 8228 Heavy. Alaska 82, descend to flight level 300.
Descend to flight level 300, Alaska 82. Alaska 6-1, contact Vancouver Center 128.4.
Contact Vancouver Center 128.4, Alaska 6-1. Vancouver Center, Alaska 6-1, good day, flight level 360.
Alaska 6-1, Vancouver Center identified. Vancouver Center, Arctic 1506, flight level 173. Arctic 1506, Vancouver Center, radar contact. Arctic 1506, descend to flight level 090. Descend to flight level 090, Arctic 1506. Arctic 1506, turn right, heading 250, descend to flight level 080. Turn right, heading 250, descend to flight level 080, Arctic 1506. Arctic 1506, 4 miles from David, turn right, heading 300, maintain 7,100 feet until established on the final approach course, cleared ILS Yankee runway tree. Turn right, heading 300, 7,100 feet until established, cleared ILS Yankee runway 33, Arctic 1506. Alaska 61, contact Vancouver Center 128.0.
Contact Vancouver Center 128.0, Alaska 61, see you. Vancouver Center, Alaska 61, flight level 360.
Alaska 61, Vancouver Center, radar contact. Alaska 61, contact Anchorage Center 118.5. Have a good day.
Contact Anchorage Center 118.5, Alaska 61. Anchorage Center, Alaska 61, flight level 360.
Alaska 61, Anchorage Center, copy. Alaska 6-1, contact Anchorage Center 118.0.
Contact Anchorage Center 118.0, Alaska 6-1. Anchorage Center, Alaska 6-1, good day, flight level 360.
Alaska 6-1, Anchorage Center, copy. Alaska 6A Sierra, contact Anchorage Center 118.5.
Contact Anchorage Center 118.5, Alaska 6A Sierra, take care.
Alaska 6-1, ready for descent.
Alaska 6-1, flight present heading Juneau landing runway 8.
Flight present heading Juneau landing runway 8, Alaska 6-1.
Okay. We're gonna get ready for our descent now. We already called for a descent. ATC does a really bad job around this area for some reason. Last time they vectored me into a mountain, so we're just gonna go ahead and descend our own. Approach checklist.
Barrow ref.
29er 2 set.
2992. Set. Seatbelts.
On.
Minimum.
Alaska 6
Set and check.
descend and maintain flight level
Auto
180
brake.
vectors for the approach.
Medium.
Descend and maintain flight level 180, Alaska 61.
Set and checked.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Approach checklist completed.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may have noticed that we've begun our descent into JNU. Seatbelt signs are on. Please fasten your seatbelts, as it may be a little bumpy on the way down. We'll look at you getting on the ground here in the next 20 minutes or so. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival. Again, the weather is VFR at the moment, so some light rain, but 10 statute miles, so we should be able to see the runway. We have the RNAV 08 loaded up, but that's strictly advisory. We're just gonna kind of use it to guide us into the runway. However, we need to fly strictly visual doing the approach. .4 plus 11.1, so that's going to be 0.5, and then 132.5. We're about 1,000 pounds over. Beautiful. The kind of like the sun is still kind of rising over here, where just because like the angle where the sun's at is just reflecting off the clouds, and it looks really pretty. Hello, sir. About to finish up the flight now. Somehow we magically teleported from Argentina to Alaska, so Yeah, it's very cloudy over here. Oh, starting to break up now. You can see kind of the islands that are off the coast of Alaska here. Yeah, it's overcast. It's gonna be raining lightly at our destination. We should be pretty nice. It might be a little bumpy on the way down. We do have a requirement that we need to make visual with the runway because we cannot fly this approach because it's not authorized for this aircraft, but we're flying it visually, so we're legal to do it that way. Right, still negative 50 on its saturated temperature, so we don't need to turn on anti-ice just yet. Turn on probe heat. And let's go ahead and turn it on anyways. What I do during the flight, I'll just tidy up the room, do the dishes, things around the house, honestly. Right now, I'm blessed because I'm, not working right now, and the semester hasn't started, so I have a lot of free time on my hand right now. So I'll do some chores around the house, pretty much. And if I don't have chores, maybe I'll just watch some YouTube. I'll come in and check on the flight periodically. Oh, you meant actual flight. During actual flight, so my longest flight that I've done is 4 hours in the Cessna. And pretty much during the flight, I guess it depends with an airliner. Some of the regulation is that you're only allowed to do things that are pertaining to the flight. So, and it depends on the captain too, because the captain will, if it's a cool captain, from what I've heard, they'll let you, like, you can be on your phone, whatnot, but you're not supposed to. You're supposed to be doing things that are strictly oriented towards flying. So that could either be reading the operations manual for the airliner, or just monitoring the systems. But I've heard stories of, like, the captain, going on there playing solitaire or something like that. But as long as you're paying attention to the systems, which I know Spirit does this. They had to check the GPS every 30 minutes. So, you know, it's not like the pilots are just sitting there twiddling their thumbs the entire flight. They're actually monitoring everything. So yeah, they'll monitor like engine, make sure fuel flow is good. Right now you see the FF beneath the N2. That's their fuel flow, so make sure you're monitoring that. Make sure your EGT temperatures aren't going too high either. Things like that. But what I've done during my flight, since I'm flying a Cessna, at least the flight that I didn't have autopilot. So, I mean, you get the airplane trimmed out so that it flies pretty much hand-free. And pretty much what I did during that flight is that, honestly, you're so busy flying the airplane that you kind of lose track of of time, and time just goes by really fast. Trust me, when you're flying an airplane and you're being charged like $200 an hour for it, the time will go by super fast. And you'll be like, what? 4 hours? But yeah, you're talking ATC, you're listening to other aircraft, you're seeing what the airspace is doing, and when all that's happening, everything just seems to go by really fast. So I just pretty much what I did is, you know, I'm just looking outside the window, monitoring the radios. What's up? I like the questions. There's a little bit of turbulence going on right now. I don't think the simulator does it justice. Should I ever be worried about flights that travel across the ocean? What if there is an issue with the plane when I'm in the middle of the Pacific Ocean? Yeah, so...
Contact Anchorage Center 133.9er, Alaska 61. See you. Anchorage Center, Alaska 61. Good day. Flight level 210.
So, with flights across the Atlantic Ocean, these airliners are very well prepared. First of all, these airlines carry more than enough fuel to fly to their destination. Part of the requirements that the FAA has with fuel
Altimeter
is...
2931, expect radar vectors for RNAV Juliet, runway 08, Alaska 61.
Okay. The FAA requires an airline to have enough fuel to reach to its destination, then have enough fuel to reach its most distant alternate airport, and then after that, it needs to be able to fly for 45 minutes extra at normal fuel consumption. And then on top of that, an airliner, that's just the FAA regulation. And then an airliner may have specific operations where they'll add extra fuel, maybe 20 minutes for contingency or 45 or 40 minutes for ATC delay, whatever it may be. So fuel, there's more than enough fuel. And there's something called ETOPS. I don't know what it stands for. I had to look that up. But ETOPS, pretty much what it does.
Alaska 61, turn right heading 355, descend and maintain 5,000. 4,000 feet, altimeter 2931. Expect further clearance in about 2 miles.
292
Yeah, no.
6
Turn right, heading
set
355,
passing
descend and maintain 5,000 feet, altimeter 2931, Alaska
now.
There's
61.
like so many people talking in my ear right now. I hate that. ETOPS, while we descend here, I'll show you a picture of what it is. Maybe we can actually... ETOPS is extended range twin engine operational performance standards.
Alaska 61, turn right, heading
No,
360.
I'm not turning.
Turn right, heading 360, Alaska 61.
So basically, let's say this right here is Los Angeles, the departure, excuse me, and then the destination is Korea. Pretty much, you'll have like these rings that are a big ring that allows the aircraft to divert within a certain range, and these rings will have alternates planned across the ocean. And pretty much if you're do you see my mouse? Actually no, you're not seeing anything. This departure here is Los Angeles, destination's Korea, and you'll have these rings across the ocean planned out, and you have alternates that have a radius within those rings. And say you're flying along and you're at this point within this ring, if you were to have something that has an issue with the airplane and you need to land immediately, then you'll divert to this alternate. And once you're past, and these rings will overlap each other, so that's the point of where the pilot will make a decision whether or not to divert to the alternate or divert to this alternate, and they'll overlap. And pretty much those rings go along the entire destination, so that kind of gives it a redundancy for anything that goes wrong during the flight. Now there's issues. If there's an issue like you lose an engine in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, then that's kind of like pilot's judgment on what's the best action to take. These airplanes, these twin engines, that's why it's called extended twin engine operational whatever, because if you're going across the ocean with one engine, that's a pretty bad idea. These aircraft are able to operate on one engine, so that kind of gives another set of redundancy there. It can be pretty in depth there. I don't know if that covers everything. So no, you should not be worried about crossing the ocean. If you're I wouldn't do it in a single engine aircraft, but these twin engine airliners, they're more than safe to do it on. I wonder if an airline company tries to lobby the Congress to change safety rules to cut costs. So in regards to lobbying, so airlines and cutting cost has been a thing for many decades now. And the reason why there's so many regulations is because something has happened in the past that caused the regulation to come out. And usually when it comes to maintenance, airliners have been notorious for trying to cut maintenance costs. Every little penny counts for them. So they'll try to cut costs, and sometimes it hinders safety. And so that's why the FAA regulates maintenance inspections for airlines and even general aviation. So in regards to fuel and stuff like that, I'm not sure what kind of stuff they got going on, but the fuel requirements is the bare minimum for the FAA. And usually what airlines will do to save fuel is that they will look at the cost of fuel at different locations. Say for example, I just flew from Seattle to JNU right now. If the fuel is cheaper in JNU, the airlines will do something called tankering, which they will load up more fuel than what they truly need for the flight, because it's cheaper at their destination, if that makes sense. I don't know yet. I had to plan out the flight in Korea. I had to definitely do it before the next semester starts. That's when I'll actually get busier. So I need to plan out that Korea flight. There is a lot of safety procedures. Like I can show you one of the manuals that I was given to in my class. This is outdated, so it's not. This airline doesn't even exist anymore.
Anchorage Center 133.2. Take care.
But you can see some of this.
Contact Anchorage Center
manuals.
133.2, Alaska 61, see you.
I can find it. There we go.
Anchorage Center, Alaska 61, 1010,000.
Alaska 61 Anchorage Center, roger.
Okay, I gotta make this quick because we're about to land. Yeah, so this is the manual. Over here, this is like 508 pages. Everything in here consists of everything that the airline will operate on. And there is tons of safety procedures in here. This is only one document. You got the quick reference handbook, which is supposed to be on the aircraft. The quick reference handbook is a document that lists every possible thing that could go wrong with the airplane. And say, for example, an annunciator comes up. You go to the quick reference handbook and you follow the procedures that it states in there. So yeah, there's a lot of safety procedures that are within the airline. I gotta finish this
Descend
flight.
and maintain 2,000 feet, Alaska 61.
I will try that. Okay. Let's land this airplane. All right. Coming up to 7,400. We need to be at what? Hold up. Okay, we're good. Flaps 1.
Check speed.
Okay. Landing lights on. Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Anti-ice is on. Check. Alright, it's starting to get gray and gloomy outside. Yes, I will. Was that Incheon? I'll definitely plan that. A little bit of rain. Okay, we should be descending out of these clouds here around 3,000 feet. Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
Alright, let's land this puppy. Flaps 3.
Speed checked. Flaps 3.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Final approach. Set.
Checked.
Full flaps. Flaps full. Flaps
Speed
full.
checked. Flaps full.
Excellent. Got a crosswind
Speed checked.
on the right.
Flaps full.
Sometimes I don't like having the windshield wipers on. They're more of a nuisance than anything. Alright, the base of should be here at 3,000, so
Alaska 6-1, contact Anchorage Center 133.9er.
Contact Anchorage Center 133.9er, Alaska 6-1. Anchorage Center, Alaska 6-1, 3,000 feet.
9,000 from Mr. Approach altitude.
Anchorage Center.
Missed approach altitude is 9,000, 1,880 firm.
2,500.
Minimum descent altitude.
Radar altimeter alive.
We still haven't broke out of these clouds. See the ground, but we'll continue down to minimums. Right now we're below 140, so we're category C, so we're legal. Alright. Come on. Landing checklist.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue.
Checked.
Landing no blue. Landing no blue.
Landing checklist completed.
Minima.
Alright. I don't see the runway. Oh my gosh. Disconnect the autopilot, please. Yeah. I don't see it. We're gonna have to go around. Oh, I see the lights. No. Yep. Yeah, but we're too high now. No, we're gonna have to divert to our alternate. Yeah. Go around. Gear up.
Turn right heading 075, Alaska 61.
You can't see anything down there. It's not safe. Well, that's the 6-1 is going around.
Alaska 6-1 did not copy.
Alright. Obviously this weather is not correct. It has not updated since 47 minutes ago, so... Autopilot 1 on. Ladies and gentlemen, you may notice that we have gone around. Nothing to be aware of. This is normal procedure. We're just gonna go around and see if some of this weather clears up. hope to get you on the ground here soon. Thank you for your patience. All right. Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
This does happen often. Well, yeah, just because this happens often whenever you're not so when you don't have visual to the runway, you have to conduct a missed approach, and I saw the lights to the runway at the very end there, but I was already past the point where I was too high and it would not have been a safe landing. So yeah, there's a point on the approach that if you don't see the runway, you have to conduct a go around. So my options here, we have 10,000 pounds of fuel. Our min fuel is 6,700, so we have about let's say 3,000 pounds of fuel to burn. What we can do is, since we have passengers that are expecting to go to JNU here, so let's see if we can get an update on the weather here and see what the weather is doing. Because if it's just short-lived, this weather, then we might just hold until it clears up. But if not, then we're gonna have to divert to our alternate.
Advise on initial contact. You have information, Victor. Juneau Airport information, Victor. 1800 Zulu. Wind 090 at 1 tree. Visibility 10.
It's not visibility.
Clouds at 800. Ceiling 3,200 broken. 6500 overcast. Temperature 04. Dew point 0.
That's not updated. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, JNU, it's in Alaska, the capital of Alaska. Alright, the weather's not updating. Of course. Let's bring up the flaps. Alright, and our alternate is, what's our alternate? It's Yakutat. The weather over there is 10 statute miles, light rain, and they have an ILS. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna try this approach again one more time. And if it doesn't work, then we'll divert to Yakutat. We need to divert. We need to conduct this approach now, so that way we can we have enough fuel to go to our alternate. All right, so let's go ahead and let's turn left here. Let's go to our first point of Ogimi, whatever. And we'll descend down to 3,400. Let's go ahead and turn on the terrain as well. We want to make sure we're staying clear of any terrain. That's the other threat to this airport, is terrain is very high. Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
But yeah, this does happen. Probably not as often. It does happen though. It's not uncommon for it to happen. I'm hoping that the weather would update, kind of give me an idea. We could fly the LDA. Let me see here. No, the LDA is out of service, so we can't cheat and use that. Right now it still says 10 statute miles, so it's supposed to update in the next 8 minutes. But this is clearly not 10 statute miles. Yeah, if we don't get it on this approach, then we're gonna go ahead and go to our alternate airport. Our most distant alternate, though, that's pretty far. We can go somewhere else, and it's much closer. There's the Sitka Rocky Gutierrez Airport. This is a good option too. It's 10 statute miles, and they do have an LDA over there. Let me see if it's out of service or not. Wet runway. No, we could. If we can't make it to there, then we'll go to this other airport here. Let's go to Init here. We're gonna go PASI. And then we have the LDA there, and that'll take us down to 520 feet. We should be able to land safely there. Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
Flaps 3.
Speed checked. Flaps 3.
It does feel better seeing like a little bit of light come through the clouds. That shows to me that it's kind of not as thick. We'll see. Gear down.
Gear down.
Flaps full.
Speed checked. Flaps full.
I still don't see the ground, man. Oh, I see the lights. I see the lights. Oh, yes. Oh, we're good now. Alright, we can go down to 125 feet. I just lost the lights though, but once we descend down. App nav, there's the lights. Oh, I cleared up. Thank you, Lord. There's the lights. We're good now. Yeah, it looks like a little storm passed by over the top of the runway. Flight attendant cease for landing, please. Yeah, look at the ground now. Alright. Coming in now. Final app. Set altitude 9,000. I have control.
You have control.
Go down to 1,880. So about 1,900, let's say that. Lost the lights. I still see the lights though. Landing checklist.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue.
Landing checklist completed.
There's the lights again.
Minimum.
Continue. I lost visual again. I see the runway and identifier lights, so we're good. Continue. Crosswind from the right. Check. This is a little challenging, I'll be honest. Crosswind from the left now. I see one right, one white, one red. On path here. Let's continue. Two whites correcting. Or not close that mountain is. One white, one red.
Bank.
Check. Touchdown.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Decel.
Check.
$70 knots.
Check. Manual braking. Alright. Welcome to JNU. Yeah, that landing was a that landing was challenging. And honestly, I lost the runway lights for like a second there, and I knew they were there. I just continued to go down a little bit, but technically you're supposed to go around at that point. But we were so close. All right. Just get to the gate. Yeah, that was a pretty fun landing. And especially that turn at the last second there, that was pretty sweet. Alright, mission accomplished. We got people here on time to their destination. We're supposed to get here at 10 a.m. and it's currently 9:57 a.m. So we got here on time, which is money. Especially after having to go around. That was pretty sweet. They're rolling out the fire trucks. Alright, here's a weird angle here, so we're gonna have to swing her around. Taxi lights off. Okay. Brake set. Alright, shutting engine 2 off. Go ahead and put AV bleed on. Alright, talk to you later, man. Thanks for tuning in. Flight attendants to cabin. The airplane is secured. You are free to start deboarding. Looks like there's an issue with the jetway, so we're just going to simulate that it's turned on, or that it's working. All right. All right. Good flight. Let's go ahead and shut her down. Let's take a look outside, see how it looks. Sweet. With my landing rate. How did my landing go? Let's see. 232. That's honestly really good. So happy with that. Sweet. Let's sign off. See you guys later. Oops.